good? What's good? YouTube, what up? What up? Grand rising to everyone. It's your boy Clipper the Clipper, and I'm back at it. 2026. And for some reason on my feed, I have a bunch of abduction and encounters on my feed. So for starters, the first one, right? The first one happened in Jersey, and the dude was a social security counselor at the DSS building. This is all facts in Jersey. Rumor has it that he came in contact with a UFO, right? Like he seen a UFO, he hopped out his car. And when he hopped out his car, he ran under the UFO. And they said that the UFO, the bottom of the UFO opened up and he was gone. Somebody seen it. And then when people noticed that he didn't go to work because they know who he is, they started putting two and two together. So it's another situation where a dude, he was abducted by a UFO, and the way he did it is he lived the same type of life. I guess like they explained him as like a quiet person, not really, interacting with anybody ever. And I think that's a part of getting hit up by these joints. Because for a person to not have a social life and then all of a sudden you're in a lone place like the woods because you followed the UFO in your car, and then you run under the UFO to look at it, and then it opens up and it blasts you. Okay? It says something about what's really, really going on. Me personally, I think people, now after watching that, I think a lot of people that's walking around, right, can and should and will be and might be hit by one of them joints in front of you and in front of me, if I guess the stars was aligned correctly. For instance, I come across a lot of weirdos, like a lot of weirdos, y'all. And it's funny to them because they recognize who I am. And I guess having a chakra or a God conscious mind, you would think that I should be, filthy rich on top of the world. So you and the rest of the community will probably want to laugh at me for that. Being that I'm, I guess, not blockbuster famous, well known like that. Stuff like that or whatever. And me personally, I'm entitled to take however you feel about me any way I want. So I think these people that's getting hit by UFOs, I think on their spare time, on their alone time, I think those people like they headbang and they sleep, like when they laying in their bed, like Rudy Gobert from the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's a headbanger. He lays in his bed. There's a wall by his bed, and he bangs his head. You feel me? A lot of people go bald that way. A lot of people that's incarcerated, trying to make mental health cases, they bang their head. Now it's stated that when, the abduction happens and the alien who has black eyes, short gray, it's a lens. He could take the black lens off and then he has a blue eye. Supposedly a gray alien, right? Has a blue eye under the black lens. They operate on you and they bring you back to health. But the other dude said when he got hit, he woke up in another state. driving a different car. You see how that could make sense? And this is what I ask for people, because I'm going to record this one specific person, right, that I catch all the time by the train station. I don't know if he's like Mexican or something, but I notice it's something like auspicious and weird about dude, right? So in this video, I'm telling you about him, and then when I catch him, right, I'm gonna film him. Maybe, you know, I'm probably just gonna pull out the camera, get close up, and show y'all, right? I'm gonna show y'all him, and then as I show y'all him, I'm gonna make a video, right? And I want y'all to see him, because every time I'm around this dude, right, and he's quiet. I think he stays in the, I don't know where he stays. I just know he's on the same schedule as people that stay in a shelter. So I don't know if he's coming out of the shelter or if he lives somewhere and he has to leave at a specific time. I don't know. But I know it's always something weird with this Mexican dude, right? That's just here in Yonkers. I know this. But watching the documentaries and the dude being pulled over by the police and him being embarrassed and frightened, saying, yo, I think I got abducted and put here by a UFO. Who and which officer, police officer, is gonna believe the person that said that? That's the other story. There's one story in Jersey where the DSS worker, that's right, the Social Security Department, you know, that building, one of those workers in Jersey got abducted by a UFO and they never found him. Facts. This is real stories. This is what they just dropped it, 2026. I open up the Xbox. I don't know why on my feed it's a whole bunch of abductions. Now, I've been asking for abductions in person, you know, unless it's microphones in the Xbox and microphones in the TV. Maybe it might be microphones in the TV and microphones in the Xbox that's listening, secret microphones, and it helps the algorithm transport through categories, and then, you know, it customizes your home screen and accommodates you to what you like. I think that's very possible, because when you're playing Overwatch, you hear other people talking on the mic that's probably on the other team. It's just not gonna come up on the flash as they're on the mic, but you do hear voices. Sometimes English words, they bend into Asian words, like Asian sentences or Asian words, the Asian language. That happens also. And numbers too, they use numbers. It's a whole bunch of fast things that happen on the video game. So that's symbolic to a person being transferred, you know, outside of his job. Now he's driving a car in California, and he's tired and he panicked and he pulled over, or he did something and he just spazzed out, right? Because he knew exactly where it was happening. It's like blacking out, losing consciousness, or having a hallucination. I'd rather say hallucination or mirage, because I didn't make the word hallucination up nor mirage. So I would like to use those two words, mirage and hallucination, as defense and as an example, and I want to win when I use these words. So I'm just saying, if it's rays of light transporting you, you have electricity in your body. People do have hallucinations and mirages. Too much medicine or mushrooms or alcohol can make that happen. Do you look at the police officer different if he does or does not accept this person that just had a mental health wave, because he was just in New York and now he's in California driving the car and it's daytime. And he just came to consciousness he and doesn't know the car, he doesn't know where he's going or anything. Do you believe that's possible? You go to sleep. When people go to sleep, they go to sleep. People shake, they have seizures, right? People have chicken's disease. People eat mushrooms and see the cartoons come out the TV in 3D. People take drugs and they start looking like the Danimal characters. The Spanish cookies, the Danimals. They look the little funny looking cartoon. People start looking like that. What exactly, how lucky, right? How lucky are you to be able to stand under a UFO and that bottom of the joint open you up, hit you, and then it reminds you that it won't kill you? Understand that. It'll either take you, you can't tell a story. Somebody's seen it happen. Might be on film. Or you got marks and burns to prove it. And the police was watching it happen. All types of stuff is being said now. That's why I said, in the closing of the simulation, maybe the UFOs is off or delayed in punishment. Now, if it's a ball lightning, and nobody, even the science, even the scientists don't know the creation of ball lightning. They just think it just pops out of nowhere. Just like the portal in Ohio. You see how the portal opens in Ohio, and then you see this little white thing running out the portal, and then it ends up being a rabbit, or it ends up being a squirrel. That was my prime example of me telling you about the word intangible, ghostly, and incorporeal. If it's in Ohio where that happens. It's like a portal. So that kind of matches, a mirage, a hallucination, and then a halfway portal. And then another story about the Bermuda Triangle is when the military flew over the Bermuda Triangle, a UFO came out the Bermuda Triangle, took the missile away from the military. They just took the missile and just went back underwater. See, that also goes hand in hand with mirages and hallucinations and chickens attacks and chicken disease and seizures and falling out, being too hot and seeing something, or being too cold and hallucinating. Illusions. Now y'all all love Jesus and Jesus did magic. So I'm just trying to piece it together. So if you want to call it celestial embodiment, you call Jesus the Son at a different angle in life on how you feel. You got it. You're entitled to that. The sun, if you can look at the sun like I could, straight when it's hot or whatever, you could count the points. Sometimes it's 4 points, sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 12, sometimes it's 3. Or sometimes there's no points, it's just a circle, you can just look at the sun. That's what they talk about when they talk about religion. So if you could look at the sun and feel good about yourself and then count the points, you found a rhythm in religion, a harmony in harmonization, right or wrong. You understand it's the better degree which matches us as human beings to the world, to the earth, to the universe, from the physical to the non-physical and back over, from the incorporeal to the corporeal and back over. So I'm just saying, if a bubble, which is a UFO that's not supposed to be there, can take you to an amusement park and spin you in this spaceship, and before you vomit and it splashes you in your face, it's just stuck there, And then it kind of proves that we could live in gravity and on gravity on planet Earth when it stops. I'm saying planet Earth looks to be bigger than that ride, that UFO spaceship ride at the amusement park that holds the throw up in your face before it stops and splashes you. Just saying. So maybe a bigger effect can give you a bigger, big ass hallucination. Or maybe it can really give you an out of body experience. They got film of people just walking across the street out of nowhere. That's another side of a portal and dimension. And the reason why you're seeing that is because it's a whole lot of gas and electricity on specific paths we call roads that we drive vehicles on. So if a UFO is a backdraft of a flying object, maybe seeing a person's shadow or seeing something that you think you see, is the same effect of a vehicle moving on the road due to electricity. So we admit the hallucination, that's a real thing. Because of the fantasy world with unicorns, hummingbirds, fairies, gnomes, Beauty and the Beast. That's the realm, that's the magic realm that's held from us. That's why they say the water is no good. For some reason, electricity, it extinct the Beauty and the Beast realm that we still live on. We still have access to it because that's what planet Earth is. We just was taken over by another planet and they knew exactly what to do to destroy this Earth. And it's to make it, manufacture it, basically. Industrialization, using electricity and using agriculture. Totalitarianism, whatever it's called. Building subways and trolleys, then breaking them off, but leaving the track in the floor instead of growing something herbal over it, or maybe a pure lake or pond and stuff like that. So we get glitches of the spiritual realm, the fantasy realm, the religious realm, but we can't fully tap into it because we fully lied to and spent. One thing and one advice I can tell you, despite if I like you or if I despise you, is that when the alien is abducting a human, the man or the woman always says that I said something out loud and it just ignored me. There was no telepathy or nothing. So maybe we too much in trouble because of language. Matching the frequency, being able to read each other's brain and frequency. But the earth is an instrument supposed to be playing music. Mind you, a UFO is a bubble. It's not supposed to be there. So when you're watching an orchestra and they talking and they watching the guy doing his hand signs and they playing the violin and the beats and all of that, he's like the bubble. He's not supposed to be there. They're supposed to know how to do it themselves. It's supposed to be robotic. Just like how the trees are supposed to be tall with the instruments playing with the water, making beautiful sounds that we supposed to just be sitting there listening to. And the sounds are so loud that we're not going to get hungry. We're not going to get thirsty or nothing. We're going to be in a trend. Listening to the world play music through the cold and fire, rain, sleet, and snow. We're going to be strong enough outside because that's how strong the music would be if that actual planet was functioning like how it was when it was first here. That's Allah's honest truth. That's the only reason why we're alive, because it's well worth it. Imagine that. We outside listening to a bell, being hypnotized by a bell that was here on Earth. And all of the elements, trees, grass, the wind is blowing. You got the animals playing in sync, birds, squirrels, and everything else. Water flowing, and then the wind is going to get more hyped, and the water is going to get hyper, creating a deeper sound. because of the movement of all of the instruments that's supposed to be on the earth. The clouds is going to make condensation, precipitation. If it rains or it snows, then you got a different chill type of listen. It's not going to be a hot beat. It could be a chilly, nice beat. This is why we could sit and close our legs and fold our legs, bow our heads and just feel it and listen to it, because it's going to automatically get you in there like a clock. You know how you could just set a clock, a back in the day clock to a toy clock. You know, an alarm clock was better back in the day, not just all digital. You had a toy, a bird used to come up, cuckoo, or something. Yeah, that's it. That's what we missing. We ain't gonna never have it, and that's our sole purpose here. So that's why we feel like we prisoners. Mad subspecies of people here. Facts. Can't stand it. It's supposed to be a shitty earth. Why does it have such an effect? You smell somebody's shit, it can get you sick. Duh. That's how smart they are. And I guess that's how shitty I am. Me, I'd rather be outside if that was possible. And I could hear the bells adorning, and I could be in the trends. I feel like I could make it. It was seasonal. We all know that. They buried the bells. They did everything. It was stuff already here. I can't be but too Native American. If the 1300s don't suit you and my family is famous in the South, and I'm telling you that you got to pay to find out that my family is famous in the South, if I'm telling you that, if you can't take my word for it, then I just can't convince you on anything else. So why try? Sickness, pain, hunger would not survive if the earth was playing music. Okay? Forget how loud your speaker is. Imagine the earth where you can't move and you're just stuck in petrified soul state. You're going to only move when that drink really stops for a long period of time. And as soon as it come on, you just stop what you're doing. That's dissimulation. That's what the Quran, the Bible, Hindu, that's what everything is all about. Judaism, everything, Buddhism. If you're accepting a pyramid in any shape, form, or fashion, you're proving my point. Now, me, truthfully, I think these white people with blue eyes is getting zapped. Woo! And it's successful. And I think they all, yeah, the white and the white Spanish, not the Indian Spanish, but the white Spanish, they the ones getting zapped. And I think they deserve it. I think they found what they're looking for. I think a specific type of behavior, right? A specific type of behavior comes and tags you out. Yes, the UFO comes to tag you out. Now, if the world was playing music and somebody was acting abnormal, not in a yoga stance, listening to God's earthly music that controls you because it's functions in your body that matches certain vibrations, I think a UFO is coming to get that person with that out-of-body experience, if not in sync. And you can tell the average person right now, if we all come outside, Yonkers, New York, if we all come outside right now, we going to see who is disciplined enough to listen to the earth's music or who's going to try to run away. We can see. You got my word. I'm going to listen. I'm one of the fastest on the block, if not in Yonkers. I'm not running nowhere. We going to see. It's always, I'm telling you, it's always the white woman hyping the white man up. And he turns into Sasquatch. Because Sasquatch looks Mexican. And the other Mexican looks like the same white man with blue eyes when you find him. Good luck finding him. You see how he could turn into the little good Speedy Gonzalez, and then I could see a UFO zapping another white man with blue eyes, because that's always happening. They don't come outside at night. When do you see a lot of white people with blue eyes outside at night around a lot of colored folks? Whether they light skinned, Spanish, Arab, Asian, if they got brown and black eyes and they got some type of exotic or savage type look, and they look like this word we call Indian in any type of shape or form. And you know, even though they all hate each other, like the light skinned Indians, they all hate each other. They do come together, and they do want to, instead of eating the turtle or eating the octopus or the squid, they do look like they want to eat blue eyes, white people hair, and pink frosted skin in the winter, or overheated and overcooked. I'm just saying, they look like salmon, right? To certain savages. See, that's what you people fail to realize. You know, the white man seen that behavior, and maybe the UFO came and struck the light-skinned savage too. See, the Redskins don't act like that. We get savage, but they get savage a different way. And then you got the black people, brown people savage. It's way different. But something that they all have in common is like a in the end look. Now, when I seen Candyman and they sacrificed Candyman, they became Candyman. So if you kill, you know, are you? If you kill a lot of people with that look, are you going to get that look? I'm just saying. So. All right, to elaborate on, you know, asking white people if killing a certain look or a certain tribe that has a certain look for a long period of time, if that generates a look within your children, you know, where other aspects is rape. That's what I ask. That's my point that I bring up. Really look at the circumstances. I'm looking at Finesse 2 times, right? Now, besides the gangsterism in the streets everywhere, really look how the world gets spooky, not just the hood. The world, the earth. We all, no matter how gangster we are, we all don't know everything, and we all can't control everything. So, if a person is venting on social media, right, but then walks outside and sees an orb outside, you understand what I mean? How your feelings and your mental health is seasonal. So when deep questions is asked, and questions that is out the box or out of the ordinary, that's a taboo, something that's against the norm, certain people get judged. But the myth has it that these questions that was asked, such as levitation, telekinesis, you know, these things was brought to our attention. And if I get called crazy because it was brought to my attention, then I should get paid for it. Stand on it. You know? Understand that the world is open to certain people different. But it's open to everybody, and you're going to see what you want to see eventually. Or have your way some type of way, right? We talking about kids. We talking about birth. We talking about your children going outside to play in the park and they see a UFO and they don't scream out, "Mommy, Daddy, come look, it's a UFO." They all get quiet and hover over the UFO together, or the ball of lightning that's in the woods. They don't run back home and come tell us. They all in the park together. They best friends is outside at that season, at that time. When you growing up with certain people, you see them every day at a specific time every day for a certain period of time. Those are your best friends. The other friends is the one you see or you talk to on the phone when you're not there at that park that you spend most of the time in. Or if you upstairs or you in their house. When catastrophic events happen, little kids get adventurous. You're talking to a cat that fell out of a tree. Just saying. So what about when one kid is outside playing before the other kids meet up? Or maybe they left already. And a certain sequence followed the kids that left. Or maybe the sequence followed the kids never came. And then all of a sudden you blaming doctors, or you blaming the J community, or you're blaming Muslims for kidnapping your kid and taking them to the organ harvester, the body snatchers, the geeky doctors. I don't know. Falling in the sewer, or falling in the water, falling in the well. That's the reason why wells aren't here anymore. Wells was a part of the fantasy world. Wells was a part of the biblical era, the biblical times. That was where it was recorded. Once again, religion is recorded in different parts. It doesn't disqualify anything. You just have to tune in and bear with this story as you heard it before, and then listen to the other part of the story that you weren't taught originally. That's the respect of religion. It simmers you and gets your attention. You got no other choice but to hang around like a chain. Chain around your neck. You just gotta pay attention. Cause, somebody could jump out of the circuit and become negative. If you want to call a purple chakra your conscious eye negative, and you're right-handed, and maybe if you was left-handed, your pink chakra will show more because it's the crown. Stuff like that. That's receptors from instruments that was on planet Earth. That's what's in the body. That's what matches. That's when the wind blows. Say if, for instance, it's a room full of people and there's 17 people with blue eyes and 24 people with orange eyes as the wind blows. And they all cross-legged, Indian style sitting, and the world had the instrument playing, and it was amazing. Something we can't envision. Like a new color, like I stated before, we only see nice shades of the colors we already seen. Even when we see, yes, an even word, I said it even. Even when we see UFOs, UAPs, and orbs, they still the colors we know. So that's why I call them flesh, human embodiment, on their way to the essence, which is the ghostly, intangible, incorporeal. To be played back in simulation just like a tape, VCR, or whatever you want to call it. Call it a CD, I don't care. An MP3 or MP4. The same digital static that's about to take place, right? That's the shit that matters. The whole entire bubble in the atmosphere, that's what matters most. So I haven't been around the world. I don't know how all the Native Americans in the world look. I looked at my education and I believed it. And what people don't understand is that where there was Caribbean, the Caribbean weather was different than the Indian weather. And the Indian weather was similar to the African weather. Now, for the Caucasian people who have a color discrepancy, they could blend in somehow, some way with the color onyx brown, black, due to their sickness. So if you can't accept that, then I don't know what to tell you. All right? It's green eyes. A long time ago, it was purple eyes. But let's just say, for instance, somebody jumps to the negative, we was all positive. And that blur from violet purple or the magenta pink, it's air. It's condensation. It's a different type of frost. Everything is not necessarily heat, because the opposite is frozen and frost, and they have a lot in common. It's like an angel and a demon. They both kill you, and they both take you back to who called for you. They say the devil has to get permission from God, Jehovah, however you acknowledge your God in your Bible. He has to ask that God to take your life. And as you can see, there is people that die. But certain people like Job, Moses, distinctively it was cited and stated they didn't get killed and murdered. So if you take the plug out of the wall while you're watching TV, it's a wrap. Rumor has it the gray alien could just start it back up. It don't have to be plugged in and nothing. The whole drink could just start playing in front of you. And you'll be amazed. This is cited from quote unquote people that was abducted or attacked and returned. It was returned. Now these white people was returned. Now when we see on the milk cartons and on the electronic poles, we see our kind, colored kids, they're gone and perished and done forever. So we start to question the godly UFO thing, because that's the only argument you can make to try to make somebody calm down. What if you was a parent and your kid went missing and you went through a crazy grieving, and then all of a sudden they show you something like that? The police or the FBI. And they told you you can't say nothing. And you gotta move. You're in federal custody forever. Just like Bangum Smurf. Just like how Shoddy would be. You think they're just gonna let him go to Trinidad and he could just be a regular citizen? No, you're in federal custody. That's just America. There's feds in Africa. The federal government is in Africa. The federal government is in Trinidad. It's in Brazil. It's in Russia, Ukraine. It's everywhere. It's more, it matters more than any other thing in the world. It matters more than you. The government, God, God, government departments, they talking about the federal people. Now the feds know that these joints strike, blast, give you all types of hallucinations and chicken's disease. Some niggas is waking up to being sexually assaulted. Some girls are waking up in their bed, home alone, and running to the bathroom as soon as the UFO put them in their bed. Now these you gotta pay to see the photos and stuff like that. The photos scare you. You feel me? I could find a photo on YouTube because they starting to let it get crazy now. I could probably, it might get swept. Before it gets swept, I could find you a photo that's gonna remind you that a UFO is nothing to fuck with. That an orb is nothing to fuck with. It's symbolic to a parent and its children, whether it's an animal or a human being. Insect, all that. Count it all. Vermin, all of that. Now, the only explanation why a UFO, I think, hit those two people, especially the bastard that worked at the DSS building, that don't want you to get no food stamps, Section 8. They want to take your kids away and put you right on probation parole that's across the hallway. I think one of those type of lucky bastards, he was probably a dumb jock in high school, and he picked on little people. Not only was he big, but he had a gun his whole life, and he knew how to, live life with a gun. He was lucky. And I think the SOB one day got lucky and shot at a UFO or and maybe got away, and seen one again and got struck. Now if you're telling me if that's the way a human being right now, if that's your free will, because sometimes I don't believe in free will, if that's the free will, then yeah, that's it. If we all carry guns and we see an orb or a ball lightning or whatever, a UFO, UAP, and we just start blasting at them joints, we are subject and deemed to get blasted back. Now, that's why there's a strict law on guns, right? Certain people was just trying to shoot another person. They're not trying to be clever enough to shoot at a UFO in sync as a gang. They're proving the white man's point. They're killing each other. So the white man's point is that they landed on planet Earth. They're going to lie and say that they was always here and that they're Native American Indian too. But in all reality, they seen how violent the Aboriginals and Aborigine Indians are on planet Earth. Green eyes, blue eyes. The thing that we have in common is our skin color. And our hair, which is close to Negroid. And the Hispanic people had to learn that the hard way when they moved to the East Coast and lived through these vile winters. And the cold takes away the nutrients and the melanin from you. But when you live in the heat, it gets enriched. And yes, I said temperature has everything to do with a UFO and how you are born. Your personality, your hallucination, your assimilation, the life you're about to live, your reincarnation, your resurrection when you're in petrified salt state. Trying to get in purgatory. Trying to sell the soul that you don't own. You don't own your soul to sell. That's why everybody that made it blockbuster cheated the regular citizen, because that person knew my soul belongs to God. So I could play this game also, and I could get big off you, just like how I'm doing. Life's a gamble, ways to cheat. You know? Now, New Jersey is a hop, skip, and a jump. If you in shape, you could swim over here. From Yonkers, New York, you could swim. The marathon swimmers, they could swim to Alpine, New Jersey, where them drones and them orbs be. That's why I got all the footage that you see. And I am on Enigma.com. Shout out to Enigma.com for verifying all of my videos as real. Okay? I hit another one. Comments and all. I give you that one. I'm not talking about my other blogs, but I give you Enigma. I just don't think that the UFO that old, I don't think that joint wants to blast me. None of them. I'm going to say even again, the word even. Even the orange one that caught me when I was turn it orange or when I turn orange. The one that scared the shit out of me, and you seen it on my page, and you picked up on my fright. Yeah. That right there. I still don't think it'll blast me. And know I could turn black and get mad. And know I could turn ebony. And know I could do green and all of that. So I probably turn green and all. So you know what I'm saying? You know how I do. Maneuvered out of it. I got the footage and bounce. Skated. Always got the toaster on me. I wasn't stupid. You feel me? So just, you know, it was dope. It looked like a hospital capsule pill. When you go to CVS and you get you know how them niggas got herpes and shit and they gotta go get the capsules and the bottle is orange? That's what color it was. So maybe it's summoning the tails, you know, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. The tails in me that go help and root. Right? So it caught me like the Batman logo. You know? I got mad. It's more footage. I got mad because I started walking towards it. And then, you know, sometimes I think really quick. So I had to walk away so I could think down instead of thinking up. They said when you think up, God strike you down. And all of y'all is scared of King Shiva. And if you had a chance, if you had a chance, all y'all, this is what y'all basically said to me. If y'all had a chance to do something to King Shiva before he kill you, you would do it. You wouldn't let him just kill you, or you wouldn't just die. You feel me? If it looked like he was going to kill you. If you had a chance to do something, he couldn't just take you, like how you would let Jehovah or Jesus or God take you. You proved it. You proved King Shiva. You take a shot. It's a fact. The Bible is written proof. So is the Torah. Just take it from me. Now these joints is coming out, smacking people that is shooting at the UFOs. And all y'all niggas got guns. All y'all. They got guns for no reason. They only killing their own kind. How am I bugging out? How am I not proving I'm federal property, right? And showed you just now what I just said is the reason why there's a problem with guns. As a grand community, as America in the whole, in its entirety. Look at the possibility. Look at the possibility if everybody was to have a gun and shoot at a UFO. What is the possibility that could happen? Or what can happen if that was to ever happen? Would the UFO ever come back? I'm not making this up. You have to understand this is actual fact. Now I done told you about Cabbage Patch Life. I done told you about the damn UAPs and how they function. And parenthood. Told you about the earth. Yeah, the earth. The instruments on the earth. Listen. And y'all still under hypnosis. That's it. It's a wrap. Nobody going to stand up. It's digital. Nipsey Hussle looks digital. Go on Google, go look at his pictures. He looks digital. I understand that more than you. So I'll give you an example. Feel me? When you take the tape out, you take the CD out, you sit it aside. It's like a casket. It's like a dead body in a casket. You mean to tell me when you take a tape out of the tape player, you sit it to the side and you put it back in the cassette, it's not a dead body in the casket? The drink it talk when it get put in it? That's the definition of simulation. You kidding me? This is how I be. It just makes sense. Like, it makes sense. That's how I know it's music. Because music has the nice, the nice sound, consecutive sound that's getting your attention and giving you a bop. I'm saying, if we shoot at a UFO and a white man with blue eyes or one of them lizard niggas is over there, and we shoot at the drink, is the drink going to shoot at us, or is it going to take the lizard man that's not from this world or not from planet Earth? That's the greater question. Maybe that's the hold of faith. You know how people is just brainwashed on the story of Jesus? When you really listen to it, you listen to it again, certain people just accepted Jesus in a different way of love. They don't really grasp on every intricate detail that is described in this story. They just look at it very blindly. You see the love that you grasped on it? So if that exists on planet Earth, if a colored man that don't look like lizard man blast at the UFO, is the UFO on our planet going to zap us, or is it going to take the lizard away? Now it's mad lizards, light-skinned lizards, that run the FBI. Now you're talking. See, the Soviet Union and Vladimir Putin, or the other white men, they not scared of the federal government. They are part of the 13 bloodlines. The 13 bloodlines is the federal government, obviously, right? But Putin in the Soviet Union is the bloodline too. All right? The FBI is just Putin's money. Our money too. It could be a new one, despite what you think or how mighty they are. The mighty, dominant people that's already in the FBI, they'll just stab the FBI in the back and join the Soviet Union and start a new FBI. There you go. That's symbolic to a tape being dead in a casket when you take it out. A dead person in a casket. That's how it look. That's what it is. I don't care. You can't teach me we was all savage. See, that's what they teach you in the South. One thing they taught you in the South when you pay for this education, everybody wasn't jungle and savage. The Native Americans all around the world, we weren't all savage. This life, this functional life that we live in, it was always about. It teaches the savage. It had the savage a long time ago. It left the savage. That's the compromise. That's the complication. Where did the education come from that we all aren't savage while we have this humane behavior? So for everybody that's slow, which is the community, I have to answer this again. It's the actual functioning of the planet, the music, that's supposed to be here. So let's say in the ghostly, the music is still playing on Earth a certain way. It's just that the instruments, or some of the instruments, are gone. Okay? But the music was so strong that we could hear the music and we never heard it before. Okay? Let's say that's possible. Let's say that's why we go to sleep. That's a part of sleep. Okay? Let's just say. Hallucinations, mirages, or is that the incorporeal fantasy religious realm ready to strike your ass? Put you in Minnesota. You was just at Madison Square Garden or the Barclays, and then all of a sudden you got sleepy, tired, you farted and burped, felt like you was going to throw up, you got hot, started sweating, you blinked, got too sleepy, wasn't strong enough to keep your eyes from closing, and then when you were strong enough to open your eyes, you was behind the wheel of a car, broad daytime. Whoa. Sounds like a side effect from a medication. However, they have cloud people on these airplane flights that's being recorded off a cell phone. Not only you have an orb dropping a person off in the woods, frozen, and it looks digital like the picture of Nipsey Hussle, but they have the same type of effect on top of the cloud. And if he was underneath on the land and you looked up, you couldn't see it. He was standing over you like a statue of God. But was he dead or alive or about to die? Now look, I want my kids, whether y'all niggas know it or not, y'all all hijacked, held hostage, and under arrest via me. I got you spiritually, and which you didn't know, book-wise, I got you niggas book-wise, New York. I got you. See, I got everybody spiritual-wise, but I especially got New York in trouble. And people didn't think it was possible. Now, I had a homosexual running my life my whole life, my father. This nigga's one dream and one dream only was to see a UFO. Rumor has he probably seen it, forgot it. He wants to see it at a certain time. I don't know. But he cared about them joints more than anything else. And when we separated, I started seeing them more. The biggest problem I have is that they want me to be my father's father because his father died when he was a young guy. Like 3 or 4, maybe 5 years old, my father. His pops was popping. He was a NASCAR driver, a race car driver. He just couldn't use his real name, but he was getting the equity and the royalties because it was just talent. My grandfather was nice behind the wheel. He could drive a fast vehicle. But you're not seeing a UFO. And you want me to be the parent. So look. Instead of people blowing their hands off or their friend's face off with firecrackers, let's shoot at the UFOs and see if they attack the lizard man. Or whatever he is. The tall white, the Nordic, it's a Nordic. You see how it's them? It's the Palladians and the Nordics that's here too. It's them. It's the silent but deadly ones. It's like one of them quiet farts that stink real bad. It's them. It's them. The teacher. You notice they be teachers. They be sexy. You want to fuck them and all of that. Yeah. They everywhere. And they got a fan base. They got everybody's attention. But now that certain people want the truth, and you act like we kings and gods, can you bring back the instrument to planet Earth so we can start yoga, I want to go to yoga class. I got to apologize to Lord King Shiva, because y'all niggas and you dumbass broads. I got to apologize. Jaguar Paul, why he get chosen? He ain't get chopped up by the New Mexicans and thrown off the cliff like that, like the other ones. You feel me? Why? You see that? You see the why me factor? So yeah, I want my kids with me. I want my children with me. You feel me? Like, I can't say that in peace without thinking about how a camera, we were savage at one time, a camera can just freeze time and have an image of me. And I used to eat the pigeon or the sparrow bird or the monkey with my cousins and brothers back in the 1300s. Like, I don't know where it came from. I just don't understand how I got that smart. You know? I don't know how I got that smart. I said, them white people told the truth. When them orbs splashed their ass, or he got abducted, he said, can you please put me on? He said something about he wanted to go home. He heard he wanted to go home. He said that, and you know years later, you know that shit meant something. Whether it's real or fake, it meant something. Telekinesis didn't come in, or whatever. The telepathic factor, it didn't come into fact at all. He said language. First thing I think about is the Nordic tall white alien teaching the lizard how to speak. The first, he got the tongue. You see it. He's saying every vibration that'll rub every religion the wrong way. A lizard man. Look how I catch you. I catch you raw. Now maybe we the cat people and the dog people. And maybe we the chimpanzee people and the horse people. Let's just accept it. Alright? But these niggas getting hands blown. If that's your karma, you can get somebody's hand blown off. Or Munchie B, you could get his sight. Like he wasn't blind his whole life. Just being around you. You just look different. Or Anthony Joshua, he's getting folded up. He's getting folded up like green bread. Not sweet bread, man. Green and blue molded bread. You seen that? He was crying. That nigga was crying. People died. This is what I'm saying. These are the entities. Where is our help? You know, maybe our help isn't a person. When we pray for God and we're looking for God, we're looking for a dominant person being. A father-like figure. Maybe the tall white alien, the paladin, put that picture in our head using hypnosis because that's their power. And we just have to somehow get the UFO's attention because they're hypnotized too. Is it the truth? You're damn right it's the truth. That's why I graduated college. I was willing to look out, and I'm still willing to look out, and I proved my point. That's why they arrested me. They didn't just let me graduate, they made sure I went to jail. That's very possible. They wanted another cotton swab. I didn't go to the doctor enough. I was excused from chapel. Everybody else had to graduate. Mind you, I was in college with a cross on, a Jesus face, not knowing I was Muslim, But knowing I was Muslim and getting mad at everybody, and I felt like I was entitled to be mad at everybody because I seen how all y'all niggas match. You see the hallucination, mirage you guys built against me? Like if y'all was a gangster or something? You act like I had a germ and you was speaking up for Christians and Muslims and every other religion against me because I was the only nigga in shock. Fuck your kids for generations to come. I hope the Anunnaki finds all the gold in the world and patch up the holes so King Shiva could turn into something else and explode the earth. You thought the pitchfork was coming. You called them Satan. You see what I mean? You see how they got everything fucking hypnotized and going to sleep? Just like the UFOs. The Nordics. They look like us. They look like people with a better brain. And they not from here. I'm dead ass serious. That's the truth. You can say it's cartoony, damnable, and all that shit. I didn't see this nigga put people in a whole nother fucking state. Niggas has slashed their face in front of this white monster Italian, Andrew Cuomo Yiddish speaking, J community motherfucker. I've seen the worst as a little kid. I know y'all want me to die. It's not just physically. It's mental too. I seen some fucked up shit that I held in forever. I didn't go. You think I went home and told my mom and my dad when I seen bad shit and didn't notice when I kept quiet more bad shit could happen and I seen more bad shit and I was more intrigued on seeing it? You don't think I caught on? It's like when you fucking a whole bunch of girls, you start to fuck their friends when you're just quiet. And when you're not fucking and you're not in the loop, you go fuck your friends' enemies. It's that simple. It's planet Earth. You either eat a fruit or you eat a salad, nigga. You get it? It's not turn a little boy into a little girl. Don't you see that shit is more prominent than ever, right? And you see King Shiva is releasing all the orbs and the UFOs to come take a picture and to come listen and to play something. You see that shit? You see how the circuit works? You see how it's like a pyramid triangle? Those 3 points, 3 wise men, or Atlas. Atlas was a textbook, heavy, thousands of pages. That shit had to be in your book bag. Miss Benefico, I had a teacher at Emerson, Miss Benefico. I was scared of that bitch. Promise. And she had a fat ass. I didn't know what a fat ass was. She was pretty as hell, but she was the meanest person, and she came off like a Nordic alien. I had one. She was purposely assigned to me. Yes, I was scared of that bitch. I knew if I said anything, I was going to get left back. I was going to get in trouble, suspended. And if I was to get left back in trouble or suspended, I wasn't going to be able to go to college. And the college I had to go to, I was made to go to that shit. Because the work I put in, honestly, because I wanted to get the fuck out of here. Ever since I was a little kid, you can believe it or not, I really don't care. You can kiss my ass. I wanted to go to Florida. We started seeing all types of paranormal shit when I started getting quiet. I started being an adult. Okay, that shit is funny. I'm a kid. Okay, we gonna kid this shit out. I'm human just like you, regardless of what you think, motherfucker. I got feelings. I could cry. I could pain. You feel me? I shit and piss. I could vomit and all of that. I can get a strain in my nuts and my abs. You feel me? A headache, nigga? Yeah, a headache. Fuck a headache. Whoever invented a headache, fuck a headache. Fuck you and your lineage. Shit like that. Seen the worst, nigga. It's about that time. I ain't got my kids. I'm putting shit in motion live in front of you. I'm going to become the little possessed white boy that y'all scared to talk to. That's why y'all scared of white people. I'm going to become the little omen nigga that was in the church and made the church catch on fire. That's my goal. If he can do it, I can do it. That's how I feel. That's the only reason why my parents love me. Because when it was competition, I rose to the occasion. And I always outshine the occasion. I was victorious #1. Watch this shit here. If the little white nigga, the little cute white kid, he wants to turn into a little fucking Satan in the church, I'm going to turn into all the beasts, the animals that's outside so it can match words because I had to talk. And I'm going to turn into something just like his little white ass, right? And I'm going to make the same shit happen. Fuck it. Because I want my kids. Fuck everybody else's kids. I don't give a fuck about everybody else's kids. My age, older. You could be 79, nigga. You're somebody's kid. Fuck you too. I want my kids. I'm not pleasing nobody but mine. I'm not holding the door. If you touch the door, you're dirty. Facts. Until I get my kids, I have mercy on you. Otherwise, fuck you. As soon as you step outside, matter of fact, as soon as you wake up, you're infected. To me, you're infected. And I'm too good to be around you. So I don't want to be around you. This shit is terrible. Look at NBA Youngboy's fucking forehead. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. That shit is too terrible not to pay that nigga. You gotta pay him. It's shit like that. That's white people shit. That's Nordic paladin shit. It's a different laugh with that type of alien. They got a different type of laugh. A green alien will laugh at you different than a gray alien. They're not going to laugh the same when they laugh at you. You see what I mean? You see how Vishnu could bash you in the face with that big ass shit and you probably ain't going to die, but Shiva go for the neck, you going to die? You see how they both have some type of comedic over you because when they damage you or they preserve you? You see how it's the same thing? You see how I understand it at a frequency different than everybody else? That's why you wanted to be around me. You forgot you wanted to be around me because it saved your ass. I had to meet your parents. Fuck your parents. You can ask the people I didn't give a fuck about none of that shit. I wanted to have sex and I wanted to have kids. I was done with everything else. At the age of 19. On my 19th birthday. Pissy drunk. What the fuck? We was horny. Me and my mans, we had the girls. We was out there kissing ass, licking toes, and all that. Niggas wanted to get it in with the pretty girls. What you talking about? You see that? That's my point. That I took it. I said, wait, hold on now. How is this shit possible? It feel like we on camera. And there's no camera. There's no fucking camera. When I was a little kid, I used to catch myself. There's no fucking camera. Why do I feel like there's a camera on me? I felt some type of way. I started doing inappropriate shit on purpose. Just cause, why you filming me? When I'm by myself. I ain't got to be 13, nigga. I could be 4, 5, and 6 asking you, why the fuck is you filming me? You damn pedophile. I'm 39, yo. I can't. All of this shit has been circuited. All of these questions have been circuited. I still want the UFOs to strike people in front of me. I figured it out. They hypnotized the UFOs. We gotta shoot the UFOs because my eyes turn blue. See, I rooted the UFO close to the colored people, the Aboriginals and Aboranians. I rooted the UFO close because I got kids. But being that my eyes turn blue, they got the hypnosis over y'all. That's why it's something you gotta obtain. It's something you gotta get. Charleston White. You know, that's Uncle Ruckus. We already know they stole Uncle Ruckus from him. He was Uncle Ruckus before Uncle Ruckus was Uncle Ruckus. That's why Uncle Ruckus is fat. All right? I got two little cousins that's just like the two little niggas from Boondocks. Both of them niggas is Barksdales. Caribbean Barksdales. Facts. I got two little cousins that are Barksdales. They act just like those two little niggas. Just like them. And they older than the cartoon. It caught my attention. The very first time I seen that cartoon, the Boondocks, I was in Virginia. I wasn't in New York. The cousins that wanted to watch it with me, they couldn't. And those was the cousins. Frequencies. Music. We missing sounds. I'm never ever in my life watching Jake Paul fight again. After seeing how much God loves him, I got jealous. God must be white after that shit. So we gotta play with something else. After seeing Munchie B lose his eyesight, and Adam 22, and 4 Extra, with the help of 4 or 607 Unc, he bites babies. Julio Fulio, he bites babies' privates. This is what this is about. Those are 3 light-skinned killers. Come on. That's UFO abduction behavior. Maybe Julio Fulio was too scared and knew he could probably get abducted by a UFO. And realizing getting shot in the foot was the worst thing in life and wanted to die because he felt like a piece of shit for giving the baby fellatio and then biting the baby afterwards. Karma Dharma. Heat and freeze. Pleasure and no pleasure. Life. Contradiction. This is what they do. They do these things in hoods. Black places. Virginia is like that. Just like that. I seen no worse. I thought I was just in school. I was around family members that didn't want to tell me that they was my cousin. They just wanted to be my friend. And I acted the whole time. I've been in houses. Met other people who seen the worst shit ever. I said the word nigga. And they showed me the worst molestation and crooked police shit ever. My black cousin showed me that shit. And loved it. I said nothing. Feel me? It's way different. That's why I seen this silver UFO that y'all all want to see. That's why I see it. It's a little bit more gully down there. My college is more gully than my projects. Niggas died on my campus that went to my school. Niggas died off campus that went to my school. More bodies dropped on my campus than in my projects. Y'all came together, killed one person, and bragged on it. Right? As a hood. And then y'all branched off, did each other dirty, and started shooting new people that came to the hood. As opposed to staying greasy in the hood. And keep taking on shit. Fighting other projects. Then fight a different one. Then start some new beef. That's what they do down there. That shit is relentless. go shoot up the hood, then rob the Wachovia. Yeah, the Wachovia. Remember the Wachovia bank? It went blasted the hood in broad daylight, robbed the Wachovia and the chicken spot, and then got caught. One nigga got caught. One nigga dressed like a girl. It was a whole bunch of stuff. Kid you not. That's why I seen the silver UFO. New York, if you're not standing on nothing, I don't think you're going to see it. Federal government is very transparent and upfront about that. That's why they rude. The federal people was rude. They turned into that lizard shit. They turned into that mean-ass Palladian Nordic alien shit. They turned into that blue behavior that y'all mock and imitate. They turn into that shit. That shit is electricity. Green turns to blue through electricity. It's a natural fact. They had that hallucination and that mirage where they got us disciplined through slavery. They got us. That's why I said we should just start blasting at the UFOs and see if it take us. Because if it take us, it's either going to put us in our bed, or it's going to take us forever, or it's going to take the lizard. And we got the script. Maybe the UFO is a bubble, imaginary, from a different planet, and all we got to do is just shoot it so it can do its job. The white alien don't want you to have a son. Yeah. How about that one? Yeah. That tall white bitch that you want to have sex with, that looks fucking out of the world, out of worldly and shit. She don't want to fuck you. And she don't want you to have no damn kids. You ever looked at life like that? Instead of just accepting the bitch? On the other hand, you are kind of godly. And I do have a lot of questions. That's why I start to turn into an evil clown, ladies and gentlemen. An evil space clown. That's why I start to dap the Muslims up and say good shit. Let's ride out. Is the Christians with us? They got their swords too. Because I'm going. I'm not looking back. I don't even care about the other fucking Muslims. I'm going for broke. Good shit, I'm gone. Look at life like that now. I had to look at life like that, son. So now it's only fair that I can curse your ass. Facts. Can't have my motherfucking kids. If I can't have it came out my nuts, huh? I was wilding out. I was bugging before I made them. And then bugged out when she froze them. And made the whole entire school laugh. It's a private institution. Celebrities and everybody's playing the trick on you at home. I done seen so many celebrities, they know who the fuck I am, that it's ridiculous. It looks like they're spamming you. That's how funny this shit is to me. Yeah. Facts. I command them shits. The gray alien that I talk to you, nigga. Just start zapping everybody that comes out. Zap them through the window. Fuck bed bugs. Zap them. Get everybody. Nobody has a chance. Zero. So don't ask me, yo, you want me to get hit by a UFO? Because I just said zero. If I don't have my kids, they gotta get hit too. It's just too much for daddy. I just write that shit off in my will and sign the fuck off. See, if he didn't look like me, I probably wouldn't have a problem, but you motherfuckers look like me, and you know that shit. That's what hurts. That's how I know. Females, y'all got something to do with this shit. Because maybe the tall white man, he can't control his bitch. I'm about ready to kick this nigga in his head. After I kill him, when I get to space, I'm going to kill this nigga. And I'm going to kick this nigga in his head. After I kill him. That's how mad I am if that shit is possible. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Right? That's how much I hate that bitch. There's nothing else in the world that I hate more than that shit right there. I done seen dead cats. I felt bad. My heart dropped. I think the construction men killed the cat on purpose. And then there's a feeling that you can spark from feeling that. It's called hatred. That's how I feel about the Nordic tall white woman with blue eyes. That bitch. Can't stand her. If she ever exists, I hope that bitch goes extinct. Extinct. Don't live. Do I have to choose an Asian over a galactic goddess alien? Of course, I'm choosing the Asian. The only son that I'll turn into a transsexual is yours, bitch. Call me a blood. Fuck it. I'll ride the 5. If it's just against this bitch, that's the only way. Matter of fact, yeah, that's the only way I turn blood. And I fucking hate the Bloods. Despise them. Is if we can nail this tall, white, Nordic, Palladian bitch that has a different laugh than a green or gray alien. Trying to teach the lizard man how to talk. Can't stand it. If it's a such thing as hell, a robot could bring hell. How do you do it? I'll make it up. Feel like I can do it anyway. Anything to put that bitch in something fucked up. And I'm a hateful ass nigga too. I show racism like a motherfucker. I've been targeting my whole life when I didn't know what racism was. And then when I learned what this shit was, it pissed me off even more. That's probably why I got a pink chakra with no fucking head. Just to show you niggas as I was spazzing out, I don't understand how you correlate hair with your crown. Just don't. But anyway, me being older, wiser, or younger and wiser, her. Yes, that shit is very much alive. It has offsprings. It mated with regular light-skinned people, I guess, and got lucky and got a kid that looks like them. Can't stand her. And all of our women is pussy. Y'all should have been ran through that bitch. All of y'all. Every color, shade, and race. Y'all want to impress us? Get together. Right now. Go find her and fuck her up. Don't y'all say nothing to her, and don't y'all say nothing to each other. Every race of woman, all of y'all bitches, every one of y'all, get along. I don't care if you got the same hair or nothing. Go whip her ass. Yeah, that's it. It's that shit right there. Hypnosis. What else I don't know? I want to learn hypnosis. Y'all motherfuckers teaching everything else. And then y'all tricking everybody saying that homosexual sex and bringing magic. So you got everybody to gay the fuck out. And ain't no fucking magic. It's a whole bunch of magical gas. And magical fights. And magical mental fucking health. With no magical fucking kids. Yeah. That has to be from a fucking alien that looks like a human. Not a fucking big head green alien or a big head silver. I just don't think it is. I think it's the white. Yeah. I don't think the lizard know how to do it. The lizard probably just wants to eat us. It probably doesn't want to rape us or nothing like that. Or stop us from having sex or procreating. That's the swift job of the Palladian, of the Nordic, of the school teacher. of the boss that's in the office, the landlord, the fucking judge and the prosecutor, the mayor, the dictator. That's it. That's the shit right there. All of that come into place somehow, some way. She's behind it all. Blame her. She needs her ass whipped. She needs her ass whipped. People was attacking the Asian people during the fucking pandemic, and that's fucked up. If there's any justification, if you want to just put your hands on a woman just to make it to jail, because that's what some of y'all coward ass niggas do, go whip the alien's ass that's possessing you to pull off this coward, dumb ass, fucked up act that you're about to do. Go whip the right woman's ass. Don't whip her ass. Whip the woman that don't want you to have the fucking sex. The bitch that has the power to shut your nuts down. Whip her ass. The world of degeneration. Where's the fucking flute? Where's the instruments? Where are they? That's what it is. I've seen it my whole life. I've always had this terrorist fucking white woman. Is always, and you can't get to her. For some reason, like, I can't reach out to choke her or reach out to kick her. I can't even pull away from the bitch or nothing. I just gotta go. It feels like a different type of hypnosis. A part of me wants to discover what she talking about because I'm about that life. So that's why I'm willing to take that walk with the bitch, because I'll beat her husband up before I beat her up, just to prove my point. So that's why there's the delay. You see the delay? You see why the next step is to shoot at the UFO? So we all just need to go cop the guns and shoot at the UFOs so it can just attack the white. Yeah, that bitch. Her right there. I can't stand her. The reading teacher. She was my reading teacher. Reading teacher. Major speak. The meanest teacher. Yeah, and she had bifocals. And her last name was Benefico. But I had to call her Benefico. Other people called her Benefico. I had to call her Benefico. That shit scarred me for life. And I got scarred after that bitch and during that bitch too. Facts. I could complain. If you're down the street and it looks like you're floating or something and the street is floating behind you, I can complain and say that I don't want to be around you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hold the door for you or nothing. You can say maybe I'm dehydrated. Maybe I need to eat something. Maybe it's too hot or cold out. You can say that. Guess what? I'm still entitled to have my separation from you. You are a stranger. You was taught not to speak to strangers when you was a kid. Yeah. I've been around the worst lizard. Fuck Adam 22 and Jake Paul and his family and the Kardashians and them bitches. Fuck them. Because that's the other prime example right there. That's the shit right there. That's them right there in behavior. Those are the offsprings. The mightier ones that look like Kim, they got ones that look like Kim and Chloe and the other little bad ones, and they just look better than these ones. Yeah, that's the real good ones. The real good looking ones you want to fuck. Those are them bitches. Yeah, that's they family. It's the bloodline. Tired of it. They don't want you to have kids. They want 6ix9ine to fuck Chinese Kitty. That's what they want. They don't want my boys I grew up with that's still searching. They want 6ix9ine who came to the hood once or twice to fuck Chinese Kitty, who was living in White Plains at one point in time in her life. Yeah, Chinese Kitty was out here too. Maya. Yeah, Maya. I'm snitching on the girls. I want y'all bitches to get hit too. We all know Mary J. Blige sung her UFO away. I was hoping I can get that shit here somehow. It's just too hard. So you gotta explain something. Maybe you see how we haven't shot at the UFO? Maybe it's gonna hit certain people. I'm telling you, yo. Yes. The Indian women, the slave master, the Indian women, the one that keeps calling every black kid with an afro David and laughing as he walks by. Yeah, it just happened down the street. She don't give a fuck if you have kids either. Because she probably ain't going to have kids. Those are probably her nieces, nephews, and cousins. And you think those are her kids. Shit like that happened too. Big ass confusion ball. Yep. I can't wait. I can't wait. I want to see a dead body alien. You know how they got the crashes? I want to see the dead white bitch. I want to see the dead Palladian. I want to see the dead tall white. Yes, I do. I want to see that. I want to see that crash. And I want to see it now. The autopsy, I'll perform it myself. I'm strong enough to perform it. Excuse me. Let me do it. I'm going to touch that bitch. Oh, yes. I will touch you, bitch. I hope she wake up. That's dead ass serious. If you don't believe that, then believe that there's mermaids. And that tall white bitch, she's fucking the mermaid's head up. Yeah, she's giving that bitch mental health. Believe that. If you don't believe nothing else, yeah, that teacher, yeah, she done made the mermaid turn on all of us. Mermaid's power is supposed to hypnotize us and give us some ass, and give us some butt, give us some punani, right? Mermaids done left. Fantasy world. Fuck that. Yes. Celeste was like 32 from a foster home, and you never know. Talk about 13. They said, thank God David is gay. He went on a dick-sucking marathon spree to relieve himself from the murder in the white community. Just like what Deshae and Kai and DDG did over here. Just gave it all up. And got away with that shit because they knew he was right. She wasn't no damn 13. Fuck out of here. Yeah, David caught her. David caught her. See, those is one of them girls that's going to wake up in her bed. She going to wake up at home. When she get hit by a UFO, she not going to die. And then she going to calm down for a little while. She going to come back outside. And act like, and not tell nobody. And act like nothing happened. Celeste. Yep, that's it right there. They gave you what? Them white people, that's one thing about them white aliens. They going to show you something and keep showing you until you understand that shit. That's one of them chicks that's going to get blasted by the UFO. You should have been a siren. You should have been. You should have been a siren. She up there fucking that little gay ass nigga for that money. The mermaids kicked her out of the sorority. That bitch Celeste done swam over here. The federal government got a hold of her and Alien Gonzalez. They got the dolphin too. They didn't tell us it was a pink dolphin. Then turned into an FBI agent and a judge at the same time. And that shit turned into the IRS and paved the way for Celeste. Just so she could get hit by a UFO one day. And the gay community took her in a heroic manner. for extorting David via a Mexican gang. David done went to the Hoovers, the Crips, and the Bloods, asked for protection. They said, "No, nigga, you're gay." The Mexicans came and violated David numerous of times. They took the nigga Tulsa, Tesla, whatever that shit is called. They done did it all to the nigga. And he done got sick of it and went straight to the gay community. And got Celeste put in a fucking body bag before she could get sucked up by a UFO. Facts. Look at that shit. She looks like Patty Mayonnaise from Doug. She looks like the Danable bear from the Danable package. Munchitos. Yeah, you know the savage retard. You know the light-skinned savage retard we seen in elementary school that might bite you? Remember, my kindergarten teacher, all my teachers, I said they protected me to a extent. They didn't want certain shit to happen, but they let it happen eventually. Certain people could do it to me, certain people couldn't do it to me. Certain people could scratch me in my face in front of the teacher out of nowhere on some retarded shit. This used to happen to me. Or bite me in my face. Facts. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about why I really wanted to come home and fuck New York up. Not just protecting anybody and not just my kids, but really wanting to fuck New York up and then show my kids like, yeah, daddy, fuck New York up. What about if I want to be like that? Wait till they get older so they can feel themselves more. You feel me? Patty Mayonnaise. She looked like a fucking cartoon character from Doug. Knowing she's mischief. The fuck are you doing 13? Telling people you're 13. Fucking with a famous singer. Bitch, are you out your mind? People have fainted and died when they seen Michael Jackson. You don't think an average bad bitch wanna fuck David's gay ass for $7,500 instead of milking the nigga for everything he's fucking worth? She gonna tell her gay ass friends to come zip you the fuck up, especially on the west side, cause they do it in the south. You gonna find them evil, cringy bitches too that's gonna set you up. She don't come outside a lot because the UFO is going to spark that bitch too. Truth be told. Now listen, I ain't no bitch ass nigga because I ain't shoot at the UFO. I want the UFO to get at y'all niggas. So I'm playing the mental game on you, giving you some advice since you love using my name and you love using my shit. Maybe I could trick you out your pockets. Just like when I was pimping when I was in Virginia. I'm in the gang. I don't give a fuck. I'm still in the gang. Niggas can run up on me at any given time. I doubt a UFO gonna strike me. It's the gang. I'm in a fucking gang. Still. Proud, nigga. With a religion that I stand on. Because my shit different than yours. The first one to tell you I got taught the truth. You got taught a lie. 3-Eye Atlas is tar, bro. That shit about to open up like a monster, like the Glob. 3-Eye Atlas, that shit is tar. Listen to what they telling you. It's tar. That shit is about to open up like a Pokemon monster, like a monster, like a swamp thing. It looked like it's a spaceship, right? I say it again. That shit is about to be like a swamp tar monster and open up on us like this and hit us like the Venus flytrap, nigga. What was that plant? Yeah, that was that plant, right? She more hungry. Yeah, like that. That's how that shit gonna look. It's gonna snap you just like that. Or that little fish that's underwater. Y'all sleep. Y'all sleep. I told you I don't know everything, but I feel like I dedicated my life enough to know something that you don't know and you don't understand something. And me being kind of both-handed, I'm not going to declare myself fully akimbo, but yeah, I do a damn good job at being ambidextrous. Just saying. We all is missing something. Facts. Dead serious. I'm missing my kids. Y'all niggas is already missing some type of sensory also. Y'all know it. We know it. We all know it. Right? Well, this doesn't work in your favor. It's not like I'm here to help you. Since I had to go through this shit not having my kids since they came out their mother. Right? And I absorbed so much subconscious and incorporeal punishment. Right? I'm going to spin this shit in a tape player. Not a computer. I'm going to spin this shit in a tape player. You see the luxuries the robots gave us? A tape player, a CD, or a file. What exactly is a pedophile? You know? What exactly is a Kruger, a Puma, or a mountain lion? See how I match it? You see the incorporeal is like coronavirus? It's like a germ of hate. You're not going to sneeze or nothing. You just can't defeat it. You're liable to get eaten by a wolf when you walk through the portal. That's how it is. Word. My kids is not going to be, listen, for people that don't know how this feels, my kids is not going to be 100% against me at all. If I go to these specific people and call them my child, I bet you they feel the connection. And I bring up mirage and hallucination is because what the mother did with somebody else in their life, that's exactly what it is. It's a mirage or hallucination to a different effect. A fatherhood. What's a father? What's a dad? You getting admired on how you look. If that's a thing, that's a such thing that happens on planet Earth. That's an action in Earth. You know? It's like, wow, really? Feel me? Can't, bro. I need my kids, bro. I do. Silence, bro. The Nordic alien, yo. That's the real op. They keep showing us the gray. It's the Nordic alien, yo. It's the female. It's the white female. The white female with blue eyes, the paladin, the palladian, whatever she is that. Women is following that shit like mermaids in sync with each other. They following that shit like sirens in sync with each other. Notice there's no bells. There's no more bells. Bells and sirens go hand in hand. Just like love making. Right? Love making. You feel me? Crippled. Nobody's standing up on nothing. You know what the crazy part is? I know for a fact that my kids is never going to get hit by a UFO. Never. The ones that came out of my body and not out of a picture, I know for a fact my kids will never go missing that way. Never. That's the strangest shit ever. Because I thought about that. Yo, can this happen? Feel me? Word, this shit is really happening. Blast. Listen to the wordplay, man. Listen to the ups and downs of certain words. You use it for good or you use it for bad. You use it for down or you use it for up. Look at that. That's all we have. That's all you got. Word.